Now that breaking news just in on rapper Jay-Z, who has this morning been accused of alongside Sean Diddy Combs. In a refiled lawsuit, an unnamed accuser claims the assault happened when she was 13 years old at an MTV Video Music Awards after party in 2000.
A lawsuit filed by Houston attorney Tony Busby back in October was amended tonight to add Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, as a defendant.
This is what it's feeling good?
Don't play.
Oh, you put that thing on the. So you see how we do it here on the Saturday. This is what it's feeling good?
Don't play.
Oh, you put that.
Jay-Z is known for keeping his cool under pressure. But not this time. The rap mogul has found himself at the center of a jaw-dropping lawsuit that's not only threatening his empire, but also dragging Diddy into the mix. And get this, it's linked to shocking allegations involving a 13-year-old. What really happened? And why is Jay-Z losing his composure? Stick around as we dive into this legal storm shaking hip-hop royalty.
Put your Rockefeller show. Put your Rockefeller.
We've got breaking news from New York. A lawsuit has accused rapper Jay-Z of a 13-year-old girl in 2000, allegedly alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The anonymous accuser says the alleged assault happened after the teen was driven to an MTV Video Music after party. The federal suit was originally filed in October, listing Combs as a defendant. It's now been refiled to include Carter. None of the allegations have been proven in court. Carter is the first celebrity to be accused of in connection to Combs.
It's 2020, y'all, and it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense. Thank you. I love you. I'm having a great night.
With all due respect to Jay-Z, there's an awful lot of pictures of you running around in your undies at parties with Diddy. And so you were at some of these parties. It's not like there's no photographs that America's going in, hey, is that a young Jay-Z running around in his underwear with Diddy at a party? Huh. You know, when you see that, it's hard to walk away from that visual.
So some shocking new claims have just surfaced against rap legends Jay-Z and Diddy. A lawsuit has been updated accusing both of them of assailing a 13-year-old girl at a party way back in 2000.
We've got breaking news from New York. A lawsuit has accused rapper Jay-Z of a 13-year-old girl in 2000, allegedly alongside Sean Diddy Combs. The anonymous accuser says the alleged assault happened after the teen was driven to an MTV Video Music after party. The federal suit was originally filed in October, listing Combs as a defendant. It's now been refiled to include Carter. None of the allegations have been proven in court. Carter is the first celebrity to be accused of in connection to Combs.
I've seen all these lawsuits against Diddy, dozens of them now at this point, and frequently his response has been to deny it, but to say nothing else. Jay-Z went way more than just denying it. He did do that, but then went directly after the attorney. Part of his statement said, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt from a lawyer named Tony Busby. It made me want to expose you, Tony Busby, for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny." This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. You claim to be a Marine? Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity.
Now Diddy has already denied these claims, as well as some other ones back in October. He's also dealing with separate federal charges for human exploitation, which he's pled not guilty to. This lawsuit actually came out in October, but Jay-Z wasn't named directly at first. Instead, they called him celebrity, but now in this updated version, they named him outright.
What's going on? Losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything, just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say something?
I mean, probably not, considering she's gonna be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there.
The lawsuit describes a terrifying situation, claiming that at an after-party of the 2000 MTV Music Awards, a young girl drank something that made her feel woozy and lightheaded. That's when Jay-Z and Diddy allegedly took turns assaying her. The girl said she managed to fight back by hitting Diddy in the neck, and then she ran to a nearby Gases Tea station where her dad came to pick her up.
There had been rumors about Jay-Z for quite some time now. In October, that one lawyer, Tony Busby, filed a lawsuit against Diddy over an incident that allegedly happened in New York after the VMAs many years ago. And allegedly, there was a male celebrity and a female celebrity also involved in the encounter with, at the time, a 13-year-old girl. Neither the male celebrity or the female celebrity were mentioned in the lawsuit. Then in November, Jay-Z filed this lawsuit anonymously against Tony Busby, the attorney that's suing Diddy 120 times. Tony Busby amended his previous lawsuit from October about the 13-year-old girl to now also include Jay-Z as a co-defendant in the lawsuit, the civil litigation. And Jay-Z obviously knew that
We got to start with this response that Jay-Z had to the allegation. Catch you up real quick if you hadn't heard, but a woman who had filed a lawsuit against Diddy back in October, alleging that he had her at a VMA after party in the year 2000 when she was only 13 years old.
Right. Remember, this is when she allegedly was given a drink. She felt woozy, and there was Diddy, and there was a male celebrity who was unnamed at the time, and also a female celebrity.
Well, that unnamed celebrity is now named. She refiled the lawsuit on Sunday. She and her attorney, Tony Busby, refiled it and named Jay-Z as that unnamed celebrity.
Let's dive into the drama involving the girl's lawyer, Tony Busby. He's a Texas attorney who's been busy filing lawsuits against Diddy, with at least 20 cases accusing him of physical misconduct to find clients. He's reportedly used Instagram, a hotline, and even press conferences to get the word out. All of Busby's lawsuits, including this one, have been filed on behalf of anonymous plaintiffs. Now it's up to a judge to decide if the girl in this case can stay unnamed. As things move forward, Jay-Z hasn't held back on his thoughts about all this. He called the accusations incredibly serious and said crimes like these should be handled in criminal court, not civil court. He also claimed that Busby has a history of using these kinds of tactics to grab attention. According to Jay-Z, real justice for crimes against minors would mean jail time for the offenders, not just civil settlements.
Jay-Z and this massive lawsuit that he's now facing, it is still pretty shocking. The fact that a woman claims when she was 13 years old, she was by Jay-Z, Sean Carter, and Sean Combs at a VMAs after party back in 2000. And if you haven't been following our coverage of this, this was a suit that was originally filed back in October by Texas attorney Tony Busby, and it didn't originally name Jay-Z. This alleged attacker was only identified as Celebrity A, but depending on who you ask, there might have been a breakdown in the behind-the-scenes, maybe we say negotiations is the right word, revolving the suit.
Meanwhile, Busby responded in a brief email to Reuters, saying the lawsuit against Jay-Z speaks for itself, and calling it a very serious matter that will play out in court. Interestingly, the amended lawsuit claims that Busby's firm had previously sent Jay-Z a letter offering to resolve the matter privately through mediation. Instead of agreeing, Jay-Z allegedly sued Busby and orchestrated what the lawyer described as a harassment campaign against him and his team. Busby called this an intimidation tactic meant to silence his client on social media. Busby insisted that the woman he represents never asked Jay-Z for money. He said she only wanted to handle the matter confidentially through mediation.
He denied that there was any extortion. He said, my client merely reached out and wanted to have a confidential mediation.
Right.
Now, I got to say, I don't know what that confidential mediation would be about other than money.
Right.
But his point is the letter itself did not make any request for money.
But it doesn't stop there. Just before Christmas, Jay-Z took things up a notch by filing his own lawsuit against Busby, and this new complaint, filed under his real name, Sean Carter, Jay-Z accuses Busby of defamation and extortion. He claims Busby sent him false allegations of SAW. Along with written demands for money, Jay-Z says the message was clear: pay up or risk a criminal investigation and public humiliation. Here's the latest twist in Jay-Z's legal battle with lawyer Tony Busby. The updated complaint filed on December 20th accuses Busby and his law firm of trying to pressure Jay-Z into agreeing to a confid-eel mediation within a 2E deadline. Jay-Z is also accusing Busby of defamation, claiming the lawyer has been spreading false statements for months. The complaint points out that starting in October 2024, Busby appeared on several news platforms, saying his firm had a long list of names from the entertainment industry accused of terrible behavior. He even claimed that these individuals deserve to be prosecuted and put under the jail. According to Jay-Z, Busby made it known that his name was on the list and even accused him of criminal harm.
Busby's response was a little bit disingenuous. The confidential mediation would be where they would broker a settlement and not have the issue go public in the way that he did. He also mentioned that Jay-Z has sued him, and that got us thinking. There was a lawsuit, an anonymous lawsuit filed against Busby alleging extortion.
Back in November, yeah.
The allegation come from a woman listed as Jane Doe in the complaint, who claimed she was assayed by both Jay-Z and Diddy. While a female celebrity reportedly watched Jay-Z has denied all of this, he posted a fiery response on his social media, calling out Busby and making it clear he wouldn't give him a single penny. Jay-Z said he wanted to expose the lawyer for what he called fraudulent behavior in a very public way.
Now that breaking news just in on rapper Jay-Z, who has this morning been accused of alongside Sean Diddy Combs. In a refiled lawsuit, an unnamed accuser claims the assault happened when she was 13 years old at an MTV Video Music Awards after party in 2000. She says she was offered a drink that made her feel lightheaded before the alleged incident. Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, is yet to respond.
The drama doesn't stop there. Tony Busby has now filed a separate lawsuit against Quinn Emanuel Urquhart and Sullivan. The law firm representing both Jay-Z and Diddy. Busby accuses them of harassing his colleagues, clients, and even his family. So far, the law firm hasn't responded to any requests for comment, but Jay-Z, he's not holding back. He's standing by true victims and calling out Busby, accusing him of exploiting people's stories for personal gain. He also did mince words about Busby's approach, saying the lawyer made a big mistake, assuming all celebrities are the same. Jay-Z pointed out he's different, someone who rose out of Brooklyn's projects with strict values. He took aim at Busby's tactics, describing them as laughable if not for the seriousness of the allegations. Jay-Z said he's ready to show the lawyer just how wrong he is.
Jay-Z has been named in a recent Sean Diddy Combs lawsuit, a lawsuit that was filed back in October where it claimed that Diddy and another high-profile celebrity AR'd a 13-year-old girl. Well, now Jay-Z's responding to the said lawsuit, calling Tony Busby.
Yeah. Did Jay reach out yet? Nah, Bob. He ghosting. This motherfucker doing. Niggas tweeting out because I'm in here. Hey, yo, check this out. I need you to reach out to the producer. Let these motherfuckers know there's a release date for that new Netflix movie. Alright, Bob. Y'all need to stay quiet. Hot for rap, so we got attention right now.
And things are already heating up less than a day after being named in the lawsuit. Jay-Z fired back with legal action of his own. He's asking the court to either dismiss the case entirely or make the plaintiff reveal her identity. His attorney, Alex S.P.O., laid it all out in a legal memo filed in federal court. Sparrow argued that Jay-Z has the right to know who is accusing him of criminal behavior, seeking huge financial payouts, and tarnishing his career he's built over decades. Sparrow also pointed out that other claims brought by Busby's clients were denied anonymity by the court. So there's no reason this one should be any different if the plaintiff wants to move forward. Sparrow says it's only fair she does so under her real name.
Why is Tony Busby settling with people that he's accusing of criminal acts? So Jay-Z says this: these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. He then points out how this would affect his family. He says, my wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims.
Let's break down the messy timeline of this lawsuit. It all started back on October 20th, when Tony Busby filed a case under the New York City Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act. At the time, the documents referred to a celebrity A and celebrity B alongside Shaw Diddy. Combs accusing them of repeatedly assailing a minor. By November 18th, things got even more heated. An unnamed celebrity from Los Angeles, represented by the high-profile law firm Emanuel Uriart and Sullivan, fired back and accused Busby of extortion in Law Superior Court. Then on December 8, Busby returned, with a new filing, this time naming Jay-Z directly. And just like that, Beyoncé's husband was dragged into a legal spotlight no one wants to be in.
Jay-Z, in his recent motion that you referenced earlier, has said, yeah, that was me, because when you sent your demand letters to me, I then went forward, stood my ground with an extortion lawsuit against you, and now if you're going to continue this whole spectacle, I want the accuser's name out there as well. She shouldn't be able to sue me as a Jane Doe. He says, fair is fair. This is a response to, this is retaliation for me standing my ground when you tried to extort me, and now let's just get it all out.
Jay-Z, who's usually pretty quiet about these things, decided to speak out. He confirmed that he was the unnamed celebrity involved in the LA case, but didn't hold back in his response to Busby. He called Busby dishonorable and claimed he's seen this kind of behavior before Jay. Z said he's more than ready to deal with what he described as Busby's tactics.
Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old teenager.
Right.
What do you feel about just that whole thing, man?
As much as people feel like I haven't had issues with Puffy. I don't like him like that. Like, I don't like things that he would do. But Jay definitely not that. I hope things are all right for him internally. Because in the statement they mentioned his daughter would, being old enough to, because she's about 13.
Right.
So it's the same age as his kids. What you saying he did? We live in a climate that it's not even what you did. It's what they said you did.
Right.
Right? So it's like the damage is already done by the allegation itself.
But honestly, it's the last paragraph for me, because I feel like he's coming after Psychic Sloan Bella and Jaguar Wright. He says, you have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that, quote, all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have a very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake, he says physics here, but I think he means psychics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me. If not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. He says, I look forward to showing you just how different I am. Is that a threat? Is Jaguar right? They're a nasty little couple that does nasty things.